about the importance of publishing on Earth is essentially focused on four aspects: creation of interest of Earth for new technical audiences, interest in the dissemination of unpublished new papers, resisting the matters presented in conferences and seminars, and mobilizing specialized working groups specially structured for the production of reference books. Four options determine our publishing choice and define our approach. First, the proceedings of conferences and seminars. Second, studies and research works of relevant technical and professional interest. Reference works containing in-depth studies for various regions of the world. And beginning our collection of manuals of earthing construction. So, our accepting this challenge to publish our earthen architecture was motivated by the ambitions of a great number of professionals to disseminate their works that they had carried out in recent years. Our first book, Earth Architecture in Portugal, was a landmark book that brought together for the first time in Portugal in the same book the whole spectrum of disciplinary reflections to recognized authors who wished to be involved in a publication where they felt represented. The launch of this book coincided with the publication of our first conference book, Seminar on Earth, which was compiled for the fourth Ibero-American Seminar on Earth and Construction. These were following in 2006 by the publication of two books of contributions from two conferences: Earth's Way of Construction, which deals with intersection between architectural, anthropology, and archaeology, and another, Houses and Cities Built with Earth, Conservation, Significance, and Urban Quality, that compiles the contributions of 6 international gatherings, laid the groundwork for further international cooperations and partnerships. In 2007, we began working on a collection devoted to traditional architecture with the publication of 2 master's degrees theses that focused on localities in Portugal's Alentejo region, which has the longest traditions in building with earth in Portugal. The titles, Rama Earth in Alentejo, Earth and Architecture in Avis. In the same year, we published the book of Proceedings of Terra em Seminário 2007, featuring articles presented in another Earth and Architecture seminar. In 2008, our international publishing activities were consolidated through Terra Incognita, Discovering and Preserving European Earth and Architecture, a manual promoting knowledge and maintenance of earth and architecture in Europe, published in 2 separated editions, English and French. By the year of 2009 was very important for us in terms of landmark publications and international works of reference. Art of Building in Yemen is a unique reference work in terms of methodology and study, and based on an extraordinary and ongoing research illustrating the wider reality of the United Yemen. Next. Architecture for the Poor, as you always know, by Hassan Fatih, is a landmark publication for the study of building with earth. It was published for the first time in an album format, placing emphasis to enhancing the collection of original photographies. The publication marked both the 40th anniversary of the first edition of the book in Cairo and the 20th anniversary of the death of the author. A new co-publishing project followed in 2004, Restoration, the Rammed Earth in Iberian Peninsula. It is a comprehensive work of investigation into rehabilitation and valorization of Rammed structures on monumental heritage in Spain and Portugal. That same year, we also published the book Earth, Straw, Lime, which focuses on anthropological studies of vernacular building materials in Portugal, presenting an important reading of the changes in the use of these three important building materials. In 2015, next published a book, Traditional Architecture in Western Mediterranean, which compiled the contributions of the first International Congress in the same name, held in Mertila, Portugal. A new collection of manuals of earthen construction has begun, specially dedicated to identify the techniques of earthen construction. The first volume was published in separated Portuguese and Spanish editions under the title Earthen Building Techniques and Introduction. The second volume in this collection, The Adobe, was published the following year. In 2012, the Terra 2012 conference was held in Lima, Peru. Some years after, in 2016, in the Terra Leon conference, Argumentants launched the publication Terra 2012 Proceedings, which contained the 50 most important contributions to that conference, all translated in English. At the end of 2016, one of the most important books in the entire Argumentants catalog was published, a work of great significance for earthen architecture in Latin America, published in partnership with ProTerra Network, Arquitectura de Terra en América Latina, Earthen Architecture in Latin America, compiles articles by 84 authors from all the 19 countries in Central and South America. In 2007, we published the book. Well, this is a very strange name. Tap Didactic Guide of Activities for Creating Awareness for Earthen Architecture Among Children, under the coordination of teachers from the School of Architecture of Valencia University in Spain. This year, 2018, we published our second book on the territory in Africa, Habitat and Development of Southern Morocco, on typological and cultural studies of rural housing in a valley of the south of Morocco, carried out by the School of Architecture of Valencia researchers. Until this year, 2018, we also published the third volume of our collection of manuals of earthen construction, this time dedicated to clay-based plasters. Well, closing considerations. In summary, looking back these 13 years of experience in publishing, our output taken for 22 books, documenting and commitment our accompanying the content of conferences by disseminating their complete proceedings. I have a very nice translator. Our books are a synthesis of important professional experience, be it in group. Some teams have been formed to edit the book, and this is important, or individual projects that are fruit of the research carried out by each author. They constitute examples to follow, reveal the secrets of the earth, and promote approaches of great cultural significance. We should perhaps highlight in particular those two books I mentioned, Earthen Architecture in Portugal and Earthen Architecture in Latin America, established a very sui generis approach to their matters with very important results. Once an interest is working together on a publication established between Argumentum and any organization, our group of specialists, we propose the preparation of contents about specific country or region. The organization assumes the responsibility for the matter, identifies the editors, and extends invitation to authors who would be interested in writing about the previous subject matter. After the revision and editing the diverse themes chapters, Argumentum Formatsen publishes an exemplary book, always with the involvement of internationally recognized editors and authors. We shall do it perhaps in Ireland and the UK, Earth and Construction, if you want. Well, so with the books, we think we have been revealing some secrets of the Earth and giving some tools to help people to reveal some other secrets. Thank you very much for your